Everyone thinks astronomy began with Galileo. They're wrong. For millennia, long before the first lens touched glass, humanity looked up. But not everyone saw the same sky, nor did they interpret it with the same tools. The prevailing narrative often centers on ancient Greece or Renaissance Europe as the cradle of astronomical thought. Yet, across continents, indigenous cultures were meticulously mapping the cosmos. These weren't just stargazers, they were sophisticated astronomers using methods that challenge our Eurocentric understanding of scientific progress. Their observatories weren't always towering structures of stone, but often subtle arrangements in the landscape or even the very fabric of their oral traditions and cultural practices. It's a forgotten chapter of scientific history. Take the ancient Maya, for instance. Their intricate calendar systems, like the long count, precisely tracked celestial cycles over vast spans of time. They observed the sun, moon, Venus, and other planets with astonishing accuracy, predicting eclipses and planetary movements centuries in advance, all without the aid of a telescope. El Caracal, the observatory at Chichen Itza, is a testament to their advanced understanding. Its windows and doorways align with significant astronomical events, marking solstices, equinoxes, and the extreme positions of Venus. This wasn't guesswork, it was empirical science, built on generations of careful observation. Move north to the American Southwest, and you find the Pueblo peoples. Their sophisticated understanding of the sky is etched into the landscape itself. Think about the sun dagger at Fajada Butte in Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. It's a perfect example of a calendrical sight. Around midday on the summer solstice, a single dagger of light pierces a spiral petroglyph, bisecting it precisely. On the winter solstice, two daggers frame it. These subtle light and shadow plays, created by strategically placed rock slabs, served as a highly accurate astronomical calendar, vital for planting and harvesting. Across the Pacific, Polynesian navigators mastered celestial navigation to explore and settle vast expanses of ocean. Their knowledge of stars, planetary movements, and even the subtle nuances of ocean swells, all derived from astronomical observation, allowed them to traverse thousands of miles without modern instruments. They memorized complex star compasses, identifying over 100 stars and their rising and setting points on the horizon. These weren't just dots in the sky, they were signposts, guiding them with incredible precision. Imagine navigating solely by the stars and the feel of the ocean, a profound testament to their astronomical prowess. In Australia, Aboriginal cultures hold some of the oldest continuous astronomical traditions on Earth, dating back tens of thousands of years. They didn't just see patterns in the stars, they saw stories, lore, and vital environmental cues. Their dark sky constellations are particularly fascinating. Instead of connecting bright stars, they identified figures within the dark patches of the Milky Way. The emu in the sky, for example, is formed by the dark dust lanes of the galactic plane. Its appearance in the sky marked the breeding season for emus, a crucial food source. This integration of astronomy with ecology and survival is a hallmark of indigenous scientific knowledge. The sky wasn't separate from the Earth, it was intimately connected, providing a cosmic calendar for hunting, gathering, and spiritual ceremonies. Even in North America, groups like the Pawnee of the Great Plains aligned their sacred lodges with celestial bodies. The central hearth represented the sun, the four main posts the cardinal directions, often tied to specific stars. Their star charts weren't just maps, they were blueprints for their spiritual and physical world. The Pawnee also observed the cyclical appearance of the star Rigel in Orion, signaling the time for planting. Their astronomical knowledge was a practical, living science, passed down through generations of oral tradition, ceremony, and practical application. These cultures didn't just observe, they systematized their observations. They developed sophisticated models of the cosmos, often encapsulated in complex narratives and ceremonial practices that ensured the knowledge was preserved and transmitted. The scientific method takes many forms. The advent of European colonization, unfortunately, often led to the suppression or outright destruction of this indigenous knowledge. Missionaries deemed these practices pagan and colonizers dismissed them as primitive. Libraries of unwritten celestial wisdom were lost. Thankfully, a resurgence of interest in ethnoastronomy is bringing these stories back into the light. Researchers are working with indigenous communities to document and understand these ancient traditions, revealing the sheer depth of their scientific contributions. This isn't just about historical curiosity. There's real scientific value in these ancient observations. For example, some indigenous star maps might contain records of supernova or other transient celestial events that occurred thousands of years ago, before written history in the West. Imagine the insights we could gain from a detailed indigenous account of a supernova visible to the naked eye, offering data points that modern astronomy simply doesn't have for those ancient eras. It's a literal goldmine of untapped cosmic data. Reclaiming these narratives also reshapes our understanding of science itself. It demonstrates that scientific inquiry isn't confined to laboratories or specific cultural frameworks. It's a universal human endeavor driven by curiosity and the need to understand our place in the universe. The precision, the ingenuity, and the sheer scale of indigenous astronomical achievements demand our respect and attention. These were not primitive peoples stumbling through the dark. They were sophisticated observers, theorists, and engineers of celestial knowledge. Their contributions remind us that the story of astronomy is far richer and more diverse than commonly told. It's a tapestry woven with threads from every corner of the globe, each culture adding its unique perspective to our shared cosmic understanding. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember the forgotten astronomers. Remember the Maya, the Pueblo, the Polynesians, the Aboriginal Australians, and countless others whose wisdom illuminated the cosmos long before our modern instruments ever did. Discover another untold story of cosmic discovery in our next deep dive.